All right. We're live. Let me just double check everything here. Okay, yep. We are live. Let's refresh this. I don't understand how people can go live just like instantly and know that they have all their stuff working. I always have to refresh some pages. I have to look and make sure that this is right. I know I'm live right now, but I can't see the chat yet. I got to figure that out. Here it is. Okay. And then it doesn't show. Oh, there, finally. See, it took that long for it to pop up. It took, what was that, about 30 seconds for my live stream just to show up in the back end. So I don't know how people do it right off the bat. I've been thinking about doing like a countdown video. So when I'm going live, it'll give everybody a countdown and it'll give me time to actually see, for the stuff to pop up. But, yeah, I don't know. Zerzes, that's how you say that? XER, XES. What's up? Yeah, so I'm going to just wait just a minute here. Still trying to get my stuff going here on the back end. Settings. Okay. There we go. Looks like we got some people in already. Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Just gonna... Hey. Taiha. Hey there. I've got us sitting on the Raven coin chart because that is where I like to start, because that is also where the majority of my followers come from. Yeah, that's what I've noticed, is that people do have those countdowns, and I think I finally realized why, because then I'm just not just like randomly talking into a microphone, trying to figure everything out on the back end. People can see that it's starting instead of just like a mouse moving around on a chart. I remember one time I had started a live stream, and I don't even think that I had my mic on, or I had an echo or something. There was something wild going on, and so, get all the bugs out before actually talking. So yeah, I think I'm going to put together some kind of a countdown for my live streams. But I've noticed some people can just do it. They like just jump on to a live stream just like instantly. There's no countdown or anything. They just get rolling and everything's working. And I don't know if I'm that computer illiterate or what, but yeah, you were here first, so it took 30 seconds roughly for me even just to see the live stream was like I can see my screen in the back end showing me what I'm showing you. And it took about 30 seconds for that to even pop up. So I don't know. Anyway. So I don't know how many people are going to show up tonight. And I put out those polls, one on Twitter and one on YouTube. And I had... I guess if you don't want to watch the live stream, you don't have to hit the no. You're just wasting your time. But we did have a couple people say no, and about 5 to 6 people say yes. So we got a couple in here right now. But let's since you guys are here, and it looks like I do have some people in right now, let's just get started on some Raven coin really quick. So my last Raven coin video, we had this falling wedge that I was talking about. I also had the theory that it might go back down to the 023 area. Obviously, it hasn't played out like that yet, and I'm actually glad that it hasn't. But I do see another pattern forming here. I'm not like a huge pattern guy, but I do like to play them out. So we do have, this broadening wedge forming here, and An error occurred while recording. Okay, it looks like I'm still live, but I just had an error message pop up. So hopefully I'm still live here. So I do have this. Yeah, so here's the thing about a notification beforehand. I know mine are super quick notifications. Like maybe 2 to 3 hours in advance, I'll throw out something saying I'm going to go live. And no, I don't have a Discord channel. I do, but it's kind of under construction, I guess you could say. But my schedule's just so messed up all the time that, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go live. And usually right about, it's 10 o'clock right now where I'm at, 10 p.m. I got to put my kids to bed, and I got a couple other things I got to take care of with my business. And so usually around 10 p.m. is the best time for me to go live. And I honestly don't know until about 4 hours in advance before, if I think it's even likely that I can get on here. So if I do have more people that start showing up for my live views, I think we had a good amount last time. I think it was like last week. We had a good amount of people show up for my live views anyways. And if I do continue to get, support in my live views, I will try to do better I will try to do better to get a more in advance. Maybe I can do like a weekly, regular time weekly. That way my wife knows, hey, this is when I'm going live, and things are just set up. And that way everybody knows, hey, I'm going live at this time. So that might be something I'll work on. But I do know that just jumping on here 4 hours after I say, hey, I might go live is kind of not easy for everybody to jump on. El Twit Gamer. I just saw your Jasmine price prediction, and I found your 30-cent price very reasonable. Thank you. Yes. Now, that is, I've seen their new roadmap, and I do really like their new roadmap. And I think that, man, I'm like on the fence between that, because I did talk about $1. Clavins, welcome. I did talk about $1 price prediction for Jasmine, and man, part of me just wants to like lean more towards that dollar price prediction. I'm doing pretty good. My kids, everybody's finally starting to feel better. These kids need to stop bringing stuff home from school. But finally starting to feel better. So I am really starting to lean towards that dollar prediction. And I'll tell you what, if they do any kind of a token burn, that is going to make that price skyrocket in the future. I'm just more concerned about their circulating supply. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I think 30 cents is a very maybe not very conservative, but it is a conservative price prediction. But I do think that I am leaning a little bit towards that $1. So, and also, you really don't know, until the time comes when it gets to 30 cents. If I'm looking at the charts and I'm like, well, this is going to just blow past this 30 cents. You can figure it out then. But if you're trying to predict it, like my prediction is probably a year or two, I mean, I don't know when that 30 cents is going to come. Nobody can predict time. So whenever it does come, you just kind of look at the charts and you say, okay, we're at 30 cents now. The RSI is still looking really good. We have no bearish divergence. Why couldn't we go higher? And that's kind of when you need to figure that out. So that's why they're called predictions. But anyway, so on the 12-hour, we do have this broadening wedge forming on Ravencoin. And we are obviously running into that 786 fib right here. So I've done a fib from the top here down to the bottom. And I was really happy to see it. So let's get rid of this broadening wedge here that I just drew in there, because what we had been looking at before was the support line right here. I said we were in this falling wedge, and we needed to get back above this resistance line here that we've had, or this support line turned resistance. And it only took 2 12-hour candles to get up there. So that's really bullish. So you can see we got the resistance right again where we were. And then we blasted through. But now we're stuck on this 786. So right now I'm just waiting for that higher high. It's blur, getting blurry. I'll take a look maybe here in a minute. I'm assuming that that's some kind of a token. I have no idea what that is. But if we can find it, we'll take a peek. Oh, and also my wife says I need to cut down on my streaming hours. We went for 2 hours and 40 minutes last time, which was pretty awesome. I can't believe my voice lasted for 2 hours and 40 minutes, but I think I'm going to have to cut these down to hour and a half maximum. So, and if we do that, maybe I can do more live streams. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I'm going to try and cut this at about an hour, hour and a half tonight, unless, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But so anyway, we're hitting this 786. If we can get past this 786 and create that higher high, look out. And I actually have a feeling, I don't know why, I just have this feeling that if we get above this previous resistance right here at the 0334, I think we're just going to go right up to the 4 cent area right after that. So, I mean, you can see all this. I mean, we're just struggling right here. And then, you know, I just feel like it's going to blast right up there with, you know, maybe a couple daily candles and just get right up there. We've got all our indicators reset, looking good. I mean, this isn't Jasmine. Raven Coin is looking fantastic. I do like the charts playing out perfectly. So, I mean, we'll just zoom out and see what we're looking at here. So if it does play out perfectly, I mean, look at this. Plays out perfectly, and we get up to that dollar price range up here. I think we're minting millionaires at this point, because I do know a lot of people in the Raven Coin community are stacking. So, yeah, anybody gets up here, congratulations. I won't be a millionaire with Raven Coin, unfortunately, if we get up here, but I will have a lot of money. So, let's see, then my second most viewed coin here is Jasmy. So let's take a peek here really quick. Here's that 30-cent price target. The thing is the only thing I don't like about this 30-cent price target, honestly, is like you have this major fall right here. Then you've got a retracement. And let's see what that retracement is. So that's going to be like your 618 retracement probably. Let me change this. Yeah, it's your 618 retracement. It's just like the only high we have over here. There's no resistance, no support anywhere. There's just this 618 resistance here on the fib. Is that like, I mean, that would like be a double top almost. Kind of, but like a very drawn out double top. You know, you're hitting this area again. I don't know. It just, I like this because I do realize, I think there's going to be resistance there. But part of me is really starting to lean towards like this. You know, I don't know. Maybe not $1.84, but up to $1. Wherever that is. Right here. Getting resistance right there. We'll see how this next bull cycle runs. I mean, it all really depends on the market cap for me. Jasmy is all about the market cap. If we're seeing, you know, Bitcoin, if we're seeing Ethereum at like $1 trillion market cap, then yeah, Jasmy's got a very good chance of going up to $1. So I think, what did Ethereum get to? Did Ethereum get to $1 trillion market cap? Can't remember. Let's see here. Okay, Blur. You want to? Is that a token or a coin or something we're looking at here? Blur USD. It sure is. Look at that. Okay. It's Blur getting blurry. Let's try KuCoin. Is it okay? You're gonna have to tell me if this is a new coin since I don't know anything about it. Is this all the chart that they have for Blur? Do we only have? Did it just come out yesterday? Is that when that just came out? Maybe I should try a different chart. Blur USDT. Is there a Gate.io chart? It looks like it just came out yesterday. So correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'll just keep looking at it here. I mean, it's not really much to chart here. Yeah, new. Yeah, not really much going on here except for up. I mean, even you go all the way down to the 1 hour and you just have hardly any RSI to look at. Your volume's decreasing. Your RSI. I mean, really don't know what to say about this one. There's your trend line. I guess. Follow your trend line. It does look like boy, I hate to chart down in the 30-minute area. Yeah, I mean, here, let's look. I guess the only thing I can look at is a 30-minute fib. Tapped the golden zone, coming back out. Needs to get reset on both the RSI and on the Cypher B on the 30-minute. So I guess if you break below, 95 cents, you're probably going to be falling a little bit. So anyway, we can go down to the 5-minute. Oh, there you go. There's your rollover right there on the 5-minute. You got your head and shoulders, which already played out, actually. That head and shoulders already played out. So you got your head and shoulders. You're starting to make a lower high. Blur. All right. Okay. So, OOE. Yeah, no, you know what? Is that the one I did a video on? Let's see. That new, yeah, so, that is the one I did to make a video on, yeah. So let's see if it's even doing what I had hoped or thought it might be doing. Maybe the daily. So look, yeah, it did. So, okay, so my idea for Open Ocean was we were going to create that head and shoulders. And so we had our, it's kind of ugly here, but you got your left shoulder, you got your head, and then it did come down, and then it just blasted up, tapped that 200 EMA. It's already retested the head and shoulders. And this right here, I mean, the price target for this head and shoulders pattern here, that's the reversal. So this thing's already, I mean, this is reversed in my opinion. This is going to go up to 7 cents for its next target. And I think it'll get there. The market cap is so low on this thing. Well, I mean, Clobbins, you're chasing something at that point. 61 cents up to whatever it was just at $1.08. I mean, that's kind of just chasing the green candles. I would wait till there's some kind of a structure on that. I mean, if you miss the opening, because those are all the people that got into that. If it's a brand new token, they're just going to be selling their tokens here shortly. But it looks like, and you know what? I don't know. There's some resistance here. So on the daily, you can see on the Open Ocean, there's quite a bit of resistance right in this area over here. So, I mean, this could stay here for a while. Plus, you got the 200 EMA that you're bouncing off. But once we break above that 200 EMA, yeah, we're looking at 7 cents here for Open Ocean. This one right here, man, I just looking at their website and looking at what they're doing and seeing all these exchanges go down in flames. Something like Open Ocean. Another one that I've been following for a while is Orion Protocol. I don't know if anybody follows Orion Protocol, but that's very similar to Open Ocean. I think they actually came out before Open Ocean. I actually use Orion Protocol because they've got deep liquidity, and I just, connect my wallet and trade. They do limit orders, they do swaps, they do a whole bunch of stuff. A little bit of gambling, but he also, or she, I don't know if you're he or she, sorry, but they always comment and they're very good at finding coins that are about to explode. I'll give you that. So, because you're always in my comments with these coins that have just gone up 50 to 60%. So hopefully you're catching them before they rocket. So, but anyway, Open Ocean looks like it's coming up on resistance, but I do think that 382 is next, and I think there's an extremely good chance this thing comes up at minimum to 19 cents. And from where you're at right now, that's almost a 500% move. So, but yeah, I don't know. This coin right here just seems very, seems like there's a lot of potential if it catches on. An extremely low market cap. CRV and Track. Yeah, we looked at Track last time. Let's take a peek and see what happened. Yeah, so sorry, my My phone is making noises here. Let's go down to the lower time frame because I think that this one was hitting that 618 when we looked at it. And I think we were looking at it thinking, yeah, so we were right when we were looking at it, we were right in here, I think. Yeah, no, I would wait for a pullback on that one for sure, Clovens. So this is where we were. And then I think right before I got off, we had this big pump right here. And I kept saying to be careful here because like it just didn't seem, I don't know, it just seemed like we were too overbought and whatnot. We needed some cool down time. Now, cool down time doesn't have to mean a retracement. But it could mean sideways action, which is exactly what's going on here. And look at this. So this is, I mean, here's your pattern right here. And it's breaking out right now. So going down to the 4-hour time frame. So now you're looking for this retracement right here to retrace down. Or actually, I mean, I guess you can say it already retested. So maybe it won't go back down again. But already on track, I mean, there's a solid chance that we're going to the next fib here. So, I mean, this price target takes you above it, but I mean, I would say this pattern is already broke. If the pattern plays out, the target is roughly around 66 cents. I'm going to say it's going to find resistance around 63 cents. Yeah, you always say that you don't buy when it goes up significantly. You're always looking for that retrace, which is actually really smart because especially if you get something going up that fast and then wait for that retrace. I mean, here's FET right here. You don't buy when it's doing this. You wait for it to come back down to here. You get that double bottom, you know, and already if you bought right, I mean, look at FET touching this 618 fib right here twice perfectly. That's a 31% move right there on that retrace. So waiting for those retraces, wait for the ones that blast off by the retrace. It's always a pretty decent strategy. Track, again, track looks like it just broke out of this pattern here. Looks like we're going up. I mean, what kind of percentage move are you getting here? Geez, man. Do I want to... Is this thing on like a leverage trading platform? I mean, a 30% move with just even, I mean, 5x? Not too shabby. I don't have time to look at that right now, but boy, this... I would actually take this trade, honestly. So, I mean, again, I don't give trading signals. I'll tell you what I would do. And this trade right here, I would be taking this trade with leverage. And I would put my stop loss right here at 42.88. Because that is a massive, and I would sell, if not 100%, at least most of it at 62.5. If I were to make this trade, which I'm not going to because, Brandon, what's up? I figured you'd show up. You're working right now. So yeah, I mean, this right here, if you're looking for a trade tonight, you know, get on your trading platform. No financial advice, but put that stop loss down here, ride it all the way to the next fib. This looks pretty solid to me. But actually, I think it's going to retrace a little bit first. Yeah, I think we might actually get another touch down here at the 45.98. So there's that. What was that other one? CRV you were looking at? Do I have that out here already? CRV. Curve. I don't see it anywhere. CRV. Okay. Volt. Yeah, I rode Volt up to the when it was bringing out the what the heck was that their exchange. I rode it from the pullback all the way up, and then I sold. I got a 200% gain on that one, and then I think I was. I mean, last time I checked, I was pretty darn close to being 100% right on the pullback, if not 100% right on that pullback. And then now I'll take a look at it here in a minute. Let's take a look at curve here. They're all doing the exact same thing. I mean, every single token's doing the same thing. You got these broadening wedges forming here. It's probably at a 786 retracement right now, would be my guess. Yep. So just, I mean, waiting for that to just break above that 786 retracement on almost all these coins, probably. So actually, yeah, let's go take a look at, I have Hex just right up here. Let's take a look at Hex really quick. Hey, look at my price target was reached. I don't know what this was from, this line here, but that's one of my price target lines. So, oh, that must have been like a pattern here. Must have been some kind of a pattern that I was kind of messing with at some point. That doesn't look like a pattern. It was something. I had that there for a reason. Let's go to the weekly just to see the larger frame here for Hex. So it looks like it dropped below my previous resistance. Had a nice breakthrough above it. Let's see. Yeah, if you believe in this project, you know, tap the 618. How far above are we from basically the bottom? We're already 150% up. But I think there's massive potential here. There's so much room for this thing to run. I think you broke through, so you broke through this resistance right here. And then you've got the next resistance at the 382, so sitting at around 0.7. So not too much further. Plus you got the 55 EMA right in front of you too, actually, to break through. So we're looking at a possible another 40% move. Yeah, everything's on fire. And Matic, good for Matic, because that's one of my largest holdings right now. Man, and I got to look at IMX here really quick. I think my IMX video I was like dead wrong on yesterday. I put a video out on IMX thinking there's going to be a slight pullback to this orange line, and then like 5 hours later it shot up like 10% or something. Let's see what I was looking at here. Yeah, I thought it was going to get right. Was it right here? I'm on the 4-hour time frame. I thought it was coming down to retest down here at the 2. But it looks like it just held a 618 fib probably. Yep, 618 fib right here. You know, I don't know why I didn't catch that. So my video was kind of stupid, actually, now that I think of it. This is like a perfect W pattern. You know, you got your double bottom at the 618, blast up, retest the neckline here, and then now the price target for this, if it plays out, we're getting rejected at the 618 here on IMX. I mean, that's going to break us up above $140, something like that for a price target for this. I'll have to, I don't know what I'd have to watch my video again, but I was completely wrong in this, and I don't know how I must have been tired or something, because this is clearly a 618 retracement. So anyway, oh well. Let's see, Nervos. I get a lot of requests for Nervos, but then hardly anybody watches the video. So it's like, okay, everybody requests me to do Nervos and then nobody watches it. But we're hitting a fib line right here, the 236. We are breaking. I think this is your breakout on Nervos above that 200 daily EMA. So this is the breakout. Whether we come back down to retest the 200 and the fib line here, the larger one, the macro one, who knows? But I think this is the breakout. So now the next actual target is going to be around 0.06, which for Nervos, from where we are currently, is a 42% move. But there could easily be a retracement back down to retest that level. But yeah, I want to go look at. Let's go up here because I got Matic and I've got actually, where is it? Oh, and my Litecoin, man. Let me look at my let me look at Matic first. So, oh man, I didn't even notice Matic was at $1.36. I don't usually pay attention to Matic because this is my long-term hold, and so I'm not expecting to sell this until it goes up to like $4 to $10. Actually, here's my price targets. Maybe I'll do a video on this sometime, since you all are the only ones going to see this right now. First price target for Matic, $5. Second price target for Matic is $11. And I do think that even though the market cap is so high, the amount of adoption that Matic is taking is just phenomenal. I mean, they've got some big name players. And DOT is killing it good because I just bought a bunch of DOT. Let's see. It's doing okay. I guess it must have had a good move yesterday. Here's my biggest concern with DOT. It's coming up. It did even all the other coins came back up and retested my trend line here, or broke above it, and DOT didn't even reach it. Where's the retracement on this right now? Let's see. So I did just buy a bunch of DOT because I do believe in it, but we're hitting that 618 retracement right now. So pay attention to that. I'm on the daily too. So this is the daily 618 retracement. Everything else has gone up to the 786 or even above it. Not everything else, but a lot of the coins that I follow have. So there is that concern. So Matic, again, Matic, man. Yeah. Excellent project. Doing some massive stuff. Okay, this is what I have like I mean, I love Matic, but I also hate it because I bought Matic right down here. This is when I was like, this was the stupidest move. I've had two really stupid moves in crypto. This was definitely the stupidest one. Was I bought Matic at 3 cents and I sold it at 4 cents. All of it. Yeah, you can see why that was stupid. So that's probably my biggest mistake in crypto that I've made. That was one of the biggest runners last time. Anyway, so then I bought a whole bunch of Matic when it had this retracement here, and I'm riding this all the way up. So, oh yeah, so if you're on leverage right now, man, pay attention to that 618. So, I mean, it's a daily, so you know you might want to. If you're on leverage, I'd do a lower time frame. Okay, here, let me just see what we can look at here really quick. Let's go down to the 2 hour. Okay, so I mean, you can see that we're hitting that 618 right now. We're extremely overbought on the 2 hour. Well, maybe not extremely, but we are overbought at 80. And then we do have a red dot on the cipher down here. Let's go down to the... Now, this could just go sideways. So there's that. Man, MDT is always mooning. Whenever I do these things, MDT is mooning. I'll take a look at that here in a second. So yeah, it looked like it was, I mean, even down to the 30-minute, we're trying to hold. Okay, so here you go, Brandon. I would take a fib right here from this bottom over here, put it to the top. And I mean, depends on where you're at. I don't know where you entered, but check your stop losses and maybe set them accordingly on this fib because it looks like it might retrace back down. Whether it retraces down to the 236, so just barely because it's still bullish, or it retraces down to the 382. I mean, check your stop losses, but use a fib. In my opinion, I would. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor, but if I was in this leverage trade on DOT, I would be using a fib for retracement right now to check my stop losses. So, yeah, I had a couple that I held all the way down the crash too, unfortunately. But you know, it happens. Where's my MDT at? You know what? Let me look at this here really quick. I think I dumped it on the chart. Nope, it's on here somewhere. I just saw it. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. Oh, yeah. Look at this. It busted. Oh, man. So you had the resistance here. 618 fib. Oh, no. 786 fib retracement. And then we blasted above. Let's actually go to a higher time frame here. And, well, I mean, is this going to come back down to retest the 6 cent level area? Who knows? Volume's kind of weak. Yeah, this is a price target to take you all the way back up to the 8 cent level, which, I mean, if you're going to go back to if it does go back to the 8 cent level, this thing's going to probably go a little bit higher and create that higher high. So that's, I mean, obviously, if you're looking to get into this, the best time was at that. I mean, if you guys hadn't been watching my videos or was in the stream last time, you know, this is your entry right here. You get your fib up here. I'm on the 4 hour time frame. it comes back down. Test it. You get the first test of that 786. So then what do? You go over to your 1 hour, and now you got your first test of that 786, and you want to wait for. Well, I mean, if you're doing crypto face kind of trading, if anybody knows who crypto face is, you're waiting for that anchor wave and then the trigger wave right here. And so you got your anchor wave right here with the green dot, which is where you could possibly buy in. But if you're doing crypto face style trading, you wait for your trigger wave right here, which is this guy right here. And then you buy in on this one right here. But not all the time are you going to get that trigger wave in this kind of instance. So, hey, Sathan. Yeah, I covered it at the beginning, but I'll go back to it in just a second. Just kind of pointing something out here on trading. So yeah, this is where you get your entry. Boy, man. See, the problem is I can't follow all these coins to trade on them. I'm in a trade right now already. But if you got in on that trigger wave right there, and you had any sort of leverage, looking very good. Now, I don't know if you can actually trade this on leverage, but maybe. Yeah, I'll go. I mean, I don't have anything I'm looking at right now. I'll go back up to it right now. So let's find the right chart here. Okay, so actually, now that I'm on the 1 hour time frame, perfect. So no, let me zoom out so we can all just see again. So Raven Coin had this falling wedge here, broke out. We got it. It took just two 12-hour candles to get above this newly resistance line after we broke down from it. And then we blasted through it with this candle here, but now we're stuck at this 786, but it's looking good, in my opinion. There's plenty of room on all the oscillators to continue on. We've already been stuck here forever, and each time we get stuck here, we have high wicks right here. Okay, so we get up to this area, get rejected, high wick, rejected, finally get a body here, but then it pushes us back down. Get up here, we didn't even create a higher high right here, actually. So we get pushed back down. We finally get our higher high right here, and then we get rejected. But now I think that we're finally going to break above this. So we're gaining that momentum that we need to the upside. Plus our price target is actually up here at 0328 that we haven't even reached it yet. And so let me go down to that 1 hour because it looks like we're going to form some kind of a pattern here. Yeah, so it looks like we're forming some kind of a pattern here, maybe on the 30-minute. Can we see it better? Yep. So we're forming, this wedge here that's going to break out any second now. And that takes us up into that. Oh, there's my price target. Exactly. Weird. So it takes us right to my price target, that little wedge that we're in right there. So of that 0328, now that's my price target for that wedge and for the falling wedge. But I mean, I think this is going higher right now. I think this is going to be one of our breakout. This is going to break us out of this range, I think, is what we're doing right now. Yeah, nice. You got a long on it today. Perfect. Wonder, did you get your long when it was breaking out of this falling wedge? Because that's your best entry right there. I mean, you had this. This is like a perfect textbook falling wedge. This is like where you want to open your long at. So you get this breakout right here. You come back down to retest it right here, and it's also retesting the 200 EMA. There's your entry point. If you're paying attention, you get in right there. You're up 15%. Let's say you're using 50x leverage, because that's what we use around here. And I'm kidding. And then you're up making lots of money. So yeah, right. And actually, so say then, like I said, we're almost at the price target. So leverage trading, if it was me personally, now you can do whatever you want, but me personally, I would be taking some chips off the table on that trade right about, well, I'd wait because I do think it's going to go up here, but I'd be taking it off and I do think it's going higher. I still think it's going higher. But I mean, just for me personally, because I'm extremely conservative with my leverage trades, I'd be taking chips off the table right around the 0328 level. But I think it's going to be different on the actual trading chart because this is a different chart and this one's just a little bit off from the perpetual trading chart. So let's see. Oh, I guess I'm supposed to say if you haven't already, hit that like button. So Oh, okay. I got 3 likes, it says. Now I can see that. So there's, I think I've had more than 3 people in here. So hit that like button. Appreciate it. So anyway, that's where I think Raven Coin's going. BTC is, these are poorly drawn lines, so we'll just take that off. Yeah, BTC is just about to stop running here. We're at 90 on the 4 hour, or at 88, close enough. So that's good. Who was it that was talking to me about BTC dominance? Somebody was talking about BTC dominance and how it's going the other direction. I don't think they're in this chat right now because I think they're going to watch this tomorrow. And so I had been talking about how I want BTC dominance to fall because then the altcoins are going to fly. And BTC looked like it was about to crash down. We keep getting resistance here at the 618, but now I'm actually thinking it's going to go up higher based off of what I'm seeing right here. So that just means the BTC is going to move, and it is. But good news is I don't know, kind of looks like BTC wants to take a cool down here and go sideways for a little bit. And also Bitcoin on the weekly is coming right up on that 200 EMA, right there, the blue line. Actually, it's lining up with the 200 and the 55. The daily. So we did, look at this. So this is where it came down to. It came down, retested the daily 200 EMA. And then I bet you that's a 786 almost. So it kind of was hovering between the 618 and 786 fib. But I kind of feel like Bitcoin, because of how overbought we are on the RSI, and it looks like we're about to print a red dot on the Cypher B down here, kind of feel like we're probably got sideways action coming in. On the wave of bearish divergence. Notice how we get these pumps coming in on the rising star. Okay. Trying to understand what you're saying here, Brandon. So what time frame are you looking on when you're seeing these things? Is that the 12 minute? Is that what I'm reading? Anyway. So I think that Bitcoin is destroying bears right now. So you got all these bears that think we're dropping. I don't think we are. And I think these are short squeezes getting pushed out. And because everybody thinks that it's, going to fall. And so they're squeezing all the bears right now. Oh, hey, thanks for the likes. So we got 6 likes now. So that's about how many people said that they were going to come into this live stream on all my polls that I put out there. Boy, Gala's having a decent move, 10%. Is this right? So yeah, so I've been charting Gala. Looks like Gala came down to that 786. It's having a nice move up. That's pretty good. Yeah, I know that ETHW, I'm not going to trade it. Well, I'm not going to buy it, I should say. I shouldn't say I'm not going to trade it, but I'm not going to buy it because, I don't know. It's just like I don't want to use any kind of, yeah, Brandon, but it might be kind of nice to have a conversation, because like trying to read comments and understand what you're trying to say in the comments is, not as easy for me as like, it's the one bad thing about this, I guess, is I have to try and decipher what's being said in your guys' comments. So, and that's just, yeah, my bad. ETHW, I mean, that I would consider trading it. I would not buy it, but that's just me because it's just like a branch of Ethereum. I have it on my chart here somewhere. Here it is. It's like should I say, no, I don't want to say anything derogative. Let's see. ETHW, I was charting it at one point. I have a fib on here. Let's see. On the weekly, it had been holding that 618. for quite a while. Had a nice, look at that. So the 12-hour, I love the 12-hour time frame. If you guys don't use the 12-hour time frame, you're missing out. Charles, what's up, man? You missed a whole lot. We're almost done here. I'm about to finish up. So, just kidding. We covered quite a few. If you got anything in mind, Charles, let me know, and I'll let you know if we covered it, and maybe I can just do a quick recap. Everything's looking good. I think that altcoins, this is my opinion, and it might not work out, but I do think altcoins are going to start moving here again. Obviously, some of them are moving, but I mean like this week and maybe even over the weekend, only because I think Bitcoin's going to go sideways here shortly. But if you're into ETHW, you got these double taps here. You got this tap down here on the 618. You had a big rise, then it came right back down. Are we going to get another big rise? Possibly. Last time when the Cypher B broke above the zero line here, that's when you had that big move, and we're just about to break above the zero line. So who knows what happens there? I just don't like these projects that go away from the original Bitcoin Cash and stuff like that. It's not my favorite. Now that's an argument between a lot of people, but just me personally. I mean, I do think this has a chance to go up to the 200 here, 45% move for that. Yeah, so we covered those, and I will go up and I want to take a peek at them anyways, just to see, because we do have some coins actually moving right now. Except for Raven Coin's not one of them. So just a real quick recap, Charles, since you just got in. We're hitting the 786 on the Raven Coin, waiting for it to break above. Hopefully we can see that, in this live stream right here. But yeah, we're waiting for it to break above that. Other than that, Raven Coin's just about at its price target of the 0.328 and just stuck on that 786. It's still looking really bullish. I do think we're going up to our next price target. First price target is 0.37, but I think the real next price target is 0.4, somewhere around there. And then Jasmy is... So I did a video. Okay, so actually I did a video on Jasmy the other day with multiple scenarios playing out. And the one that played out was this fib right here, where we, let me delete this, where we were holding the 618 and then it blasted through. So this falling wedge, I mean, that's too early for that to break out. I mean, I guess, could I have put those lines a little bit different maybe? Let's see. Maybe my lines could have been just yeah, I mean, I guess I could have had those lines a little bit different for that falling wedge. And then it broke out perfectly right there. So that means my price target brings us right back up to what I've been talking about for Jasmy for like a week now is, I think Jasmy, and we'll find out here soon, because I think Jasmy is going to be forming some kind of a wedge right here, is just my guess. It's definitely a guess. But I do think we're coming back up to that 0.08 level, and then we're going to have another quick fall again, probably retesting this trend line, and so you got this trend line that I've got here. So, coming back to retest that trend line, squeezing itself up, and then coming in the next price target is that 0.11 area for Jasmy. So, I mean, that's what I've been saying for like a week now that I think Jasmy's going to do. I thought Jasmy would come down to the 786, but it didn't. So that's actually good, because if it didn't come down there, that means we're even more bullish. So that's what we're looking for. So yeah, I mean, clearly to me, it's showing 0.08 as its next level to reach. Now, whether or not we blast through and it's just a double bottom pattern here and we break up above it, but I still kind of think we're going to wedge in there, but we'll just wait and see how that plays out. So that's kind of what we're doing for Jasmy and Raven Coin. Volt Inu was asked earlier, so you can see that I had, let me go to the 12-hour because that's what I was charting this with. So Volt Inu, I had it in that rising broadening wedge here. I had my price target all the way down here. I had actually multiple price targets. All these yellows were my price targets. We hit this one right here. And then and we came back down, hit it twice, and then continued on. And now it looks like, yeah, we're definitely going to be making a new all-time high here for Volt Inu. If you're into Volt Inu, I put this fib here last time. So in the video I think it was last week, for the retracement, looks like it came down and now is continuing on. So there's that for Volt. I mean, it's pretty clear here for Voltinu what's going on. I think my price target was right up here at the lots of zeros 29713, which is from where we're at right now. That's a 60% move. So I think that that's probably our next price target. I don't know where I got that from. I'm going to assume I got it from a 1272 Fibonacci from this. Well, let's just put it out there. So I'm assuming, well, no, maybe it's not. Is that any kind of fib level here? It's not the 1-2. Maybe it's the 2-2. Okay, there it is, the 2272. So that's where I got that line from, and that is my price target. First price target. It could go beyond that for sure. Okay, yeah. See, I think my Discord is, I don't know what my Discord is. I got to look at that. I've been wanting to, I don't know if anybody, I mean, if anybody's interested, I've been thinking about it, and since I have such little time, I've been thinking about putting together a Discord where we can just like talk about, you know, low cap gems, price targets and whatnot in the Discord. And I am not like good at keeping a Discord. So, yeah, we'll see if that, yeah, see if I can do that. I have a Discord that I started to create, and I was thinking about doing that where we can just talk about, you know, stuff like that. But if anybody's interested, keep hassling me about it, and I'll probably do it. The Jizz. Do you think we are going to do a Bart Simpson? I don't. And I'm assuming you're talking about Bitcoin? I mean, well, are you talking about Bitcoin? Because we already did a Bart Simpson right here. There's your Bart pattern. And, oh, what was it? So, okay, so we got this Bart pattern right here. And that just like reminds me of, I just remember this. I remember this time period right here. This is like burnt in my memory for some reason. But this Bart pattern right here is like, yeah. So it just reminds me so much of this right here. This Bart pattern right here. And then we just, you know, go up a little bit afterwards. So you do the Bart and then you have a little bit of a move up like that. So, you know, just 565%. So it's kind of a smaller version, I guess, but it just totally reminded me of that. Oh, is that on the 200 EMA as well? Actually, it is. So, I mean, it's a Bart pattern on that 200 EMA as well on the daily. So, there is that. Let's see. Now, are you saying a Bart pattern? I mean, I guess what time frame are you looking at too? Because, I mean, we had the Bart, and then I guess you can call this another Bart on the lower time frame to the upside, an inverse Bart. And then maybe are you thinking we're going to do, I did cover Matic. I'll take a look at it one more time here in a little bit. I am super bullish on Matic. So I don't know if you're talking about another Bart to come back down like this. But if that's the case, I don't personally. I would see us doing this and then this as opposed to, you know, creating that. Let's do my best. Boy, I haven't watched Bart Simpson. Boy, this is actually not turning out too bad. I mean, I guess once I get down to the mouth, I'm screwed here because I don't know what to do, but that's not a bad Bart. Drawing with my mouse. So, I don't see that playing out on the 1 hour. So are you thinking that we might do something like this piece of art right here? Because I don't think that's going to happen. But I mean, I could be wrong. It it would. Let's go up to a higher time frame because the 1 hour is. I think that there's support right here. So if you're talking about like just a quick, a very quick BART back down to 24,000, yeah, I do think that is possible. Around 24,000, maybe even a little bit lower, but more than patterns here because I'm not a huge pattern guy. I'm deleting my masterpiece here. So sad. That's like the best drawing I've ever done in TradingView. Instead of patterns, I'm more looking at fib levels here. And actually, where I just drew this white line lines up perfectly with the 236 fib. So, I mean, for me personally, I would see us, maybe coming back down to the 382 sideways, maybe form some kind of a pattern here, maybe a pennant, flag, something like that. Continue on. I said earlier, I think these are short squeezes. That was a good BART. Yeah, I know. I've been drawing a little bit more with my kids, and I think that's where that came from. It was just, I was inspired. So, I see a pattern like a flag forming out of here. I think these are short squeezes. I think that everybody thought that when Bitcoin started falling, they started to put their shorts in, and then it just said, forget, we're going to take all those out. Because this was all the FUD. This was the FUD from the SEC going after, BUSD. I guess that it could have also been, I think the stock market fell as well at that time. I don't have anything. I don't really follow the stocks. I follow Tesla because I was I'm going to pat myself on the back here. I was one of the original Tesla investors. So unfortunately, I can't do anything with that money because it's in my retirement account. And I'm not that old. So, but I'm going to have a very nice retirement. So I follow Tesla and Google because I bought Google pretty low as well. So, JD. I don't. I think that now I'm going to have to brush up. I've been let's see here. No, I don't. I really don't think it's going to dump on retail. Let me see if Wyckoff distribution, I'm going to have to follow up on. Wyckoff accumulation is something, because we're not in distribution right now, and so I haven't really brushed up on it lately. So the accumulation, though, is what I have been brushing up on. And I hate to delete my horizontal line here because I don't know why it's there. I'm going to do it. So Wyckoff accumulation is something that I've been really looking into. Let's go to the daily. And I think that we have just completed Wyckoff accumulation for Bitcoin. So distribution, I believe, would be on the upper end. So we had our crash. We had our retracement. We had another attempt. We had our spring. I think even a long time ago in a video, I called this the spring. Or on a Twitter post or something. I was calling this the spring right here. And now we're just coming back up and we have broken above. Or at least very, very close to. I guess we'd have to really break above 25,000 to really consider this thing complete. But Wyckoff accumulation is where I think we are. And we are at the final, portion of that accumulation. So that's what I think. That's where I think we are, in my opinion. I don't think we're about to drop onto retail. I'm going to take a drink of my tea here. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm trying to keep up with you here, Brandon. You're really into the Cypher B red dot, green light, red light. I play that with my kids. Red light, green light. Dots want to pop. To the lowest time frame. I don't like looking down at the lowest. Yeah, I do. Okay. Yeah, I'm not new to, so like I'm not new to the accumulation, because I studied that very, very thoroughly. But every other piece of the Wyckoff theory, I really don't care about. So I care about accumulation because that's where I want to buy. And so I studied the Wyckoff accumulation very thoroughly, and so that's where I think we are with the I think we're with distribution here. We're about to explode. Now, do I think that this is going to be a new all-time high? I have no idea. I don't do the distribution portion so much because I look more along the lines of divergences and where the RSI is and Fibonacci extensions for when I'm getting out of my positions. That's kind of what I look at with when I'm trying to get out, and that's where distribution is, I believe. Why am I a huge fan of Ravencoin? Well, I mean, okay, this is all the Ravencoin people that are in my not in my community, in my that follow me. Here's why I'm a big fan of Ravencoin. So, okay, so I actually didn't know a whole lot about Ravencoin when I first started making videos, other than I'm a chart person and I looked at their chart and I saw that the Ethereum merge was coming in, and I really liked the chart. And so I bought a bunch of Ravencoin. Let's go look at Ravencoin so we can just kind of go over what I'm talking about here. Okay, so I was buying Ravencoin right down in here because I was following the chart, and the chart had told me that this was bottoming out, and then the Ethereum merge was on its way. And so obviously it did. And then I actually sold. I don't know that I've ever said this, but I did talk about this is a good time to get out. I sold almost all my Ravencoin right here, around this area right here, around just above 5 cents. I sold all my Ravencoin. I think Matic's going higher than 360, Charles. I think it's going to 5 and possibly 11, but that's in the longer term. So I sold all my Ravencoin here, and then I rebought again down here in this area right here. I missed this dip right here because I didn't think it was coming, but it did. So why am I into Ravencoin? I looked at the chart over here. I thought it was fantastic, so I started to make a couple Ravencoin videos, and then I'm going to draw a blank here. The biggest Ravencoin influencer, he just won all those awards. Oh gosh, dang it. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad with names. Anyway, if you're into Ravencoin, you know who I'm talking about. He's on Twitter. He's always, and then he retweeted one of my videos for Ravencoin. I think it was Ravencoin, my video on Ravencoin going to $1.60, which I've changed my price target since then, but I did have a price target of $1.60 for Ravencoin. He retweeted that, and I ended up getting a whole lot of followers that way because of his retweet. So, definitely appreciate that, and I'm so sorry I'm blanking on your name right now because super rude of me. Anyway, then I started to get more into Ravencoin at that point because the community of Ravencoin was super cool. Leon, thank you, Charles. And the Ravencoin community was super cool. They were following my stuff, liking my stuff. Got into chatting with some of them. The project itself for Ravencoin, to be honest, I am really hoping that more use case comes out. I think it's a solid project, low fees, quick transactions. The NFT space is obviously booming, but other than the Ravencoin community, nobody talks about it. But I'm in this for some money, and I do think Ravencoin has a very good chance to reach these higher levels up here. So we'll just have to wait and see. But that's kind of my Ravencoin story maybe is, Leon hooked me up, and ever since then, the community's just been fantastic. So, I am all about community. That's one of my things is I'm really into community. And yeah, and also the Jasmy community is another community that I think is really strong and very supportive of people, especially ones that are, you know, I mean, I personally think my charting's pretty solid, but I don't have like a whole lot of followers. I got all of you in my chat right now, which thanks for being here. But you know, I just got over 1,500 followers. So, you know, Jasmy and Ravencoin have been two of the best communities that I've, you know, kind of gotten into during this whole YouTube thing that I've been trying to just figure out. So anyway, what do we got here? So Charles, I think Matic is going, where's my Matic? That's not the right one. Matic needs to get above this 382 right here. But I think my first price target for Matic is $5. When is that going to happen? I don't know. 2024, maybe 2025. $11 is my like maximum price. If Matic ever reaches $11, I'm selling 100%. I'm out. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, and you can see why. This is a 1618 extension, and I think it's probably some kind of something else too. Anyway, I've already looked at Matic. That's my price targets that I got there. I can't remember how I got them. You can obviously see the 1618 extension is one of the reasons. So in the short term, well, short term for me is 4 hours. I think we're getting resistance here at $1.40. So we're getting close to resistance. If we can break above that, you know, that's great. I mean, right now, $1.40 is where I'd be looking at resistance. It looks like it's already kind of getting there, but we are looking really good on the indicators here. I always like to see the RSI get above my green line here, get above 70. That's telling me that we're bullish. Then we wait for the retracement, and then we continue on. Just out of curiosity. So even if I'm using this Elliott wave indicator that I've been kind of testing out, I mean, this is pointing us out to the fifth wave is already coming in. If this is going to be accurate, I don't really put a whole lot of stock into this, but I do like it just to look at it. The one wave was a 40% move. I mean, if this plays out the way it's supposed to, I mean, yeah, $1.50 would be my price target before a retracement. So, I mean, if this is actually played out the way that it should, if this Elliott wave indicator is accurate, you'd be looking at this thing to come up. You know, let's do it this way. So you'd have your first wave here. And this is, I mean, you can actually see this just by looking at these waves here. And you can see the other counts in there, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s inside the waves as well. I think that this is definitely likely to do that. And then from here, this is when you get your ABC to retest right there. And that seems kind of likely. I don't do wave counts usually, especially live, because everybody does Elliott wave differently. And I'm also not I use Elliott wave just to kind of see where it might be going. And actually, if we did an extension here too, so if you take from the bottom to the first down to the fourth, that lines up perfectly with, again, 160 for the 1618. So there's that as well. So 160 would be what I'm looking at in the short term. But I also think that there could be some resistance here at 140. That's a larger macro. That's a macro fib. So got to be cautious there. But there's definitely plenty of time to plenty of time on these indicators to break above that. So yeah, if you haven't liked the video, please do. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Link. Oh my gosh, Link. Would you do something already? This is one of my largest holdings. Link is in a Wyckoff accumulation right now. And I'm waiting for this candle right here to come up, break above the, the $9.50 area and get that retest in there. This is your crash, your retrace, your second attempt, Your spring is right down in here, and now we're moving up. So that's what I'm seeing with Link. And I guess you could also go to the daily. Head and shoulders, maybe. That's kind of an ugly one. But yeah, Link is looking like it's about to break above the 200 daily EMA here very soon. Maybe this week. Break above that to get us back over to maybe around $8 and finally get us up here. So if you're into Link, which I am heavily into Link, kind of pissing me off. You know, Atom was the one that was in the last cycle. That was the one that I had bought so much Atom in the last cycle, around $6 to $8 in that range. And every other coin was going up 30, 40%. And Atom is just sitting there at $6 to $8, $6 to $8. And I was like, gosh, dang it, man. You do something. And so, where was that? So yeah, I had been accumulating Atom right in this area right here. And it just, everything else was flying. Everything was flying. And I was just waiting. And then finally, eventually it had these moves to the upside. And so that was nice. ALI. Okay, I'll get to ALI here in a second. Let me see. Brandon, what are you saying here? Just saw this. So if you're into Elliott Wave, it looks like we could be at the bottom of wave 3, start of wave 4 on the weekly chart, and look like an explosive fourth wave up. What were we talking about? Is that BTC, I'm going to guess. On the weekly? See, on the weekly. I mean, if this is the weekly, I'd say we're about on wave 3, just about. I mean, is this what you're talking about, Brandon? Because this to me looks like a 1, 2, maybe a 3 coming up. I mean, just off a quick glance, I mean, again, Elliott Wave is just something I kind of just use for projections. Oh, gosh, dang it. There we go. So, yeah. After the final dump. So, if this is what you're talking about, I mean, in my opinion, on the weekly, I think that we're possibly formed our wave 2 right now. And let's go to the daily just kind of to see what that looks like. Man, that's tough. 12 hour? 4 hour. I don't see that. I don't see the. Yeah. It just doesn't look very nice to me for the waves. These waves are. I mean, I still would say that this is wave 2. That just got formed. And actually, let's look at. And if that is the case, no, I see what you're saying, I think. Are you saying 1, 2, 3, there's your 3, 4, and we're on our 5th wave, something like this? I could see that. If that's what you're talking about. And that makes a lot of sense. So let's see here. If that is let's just do some fib extensions here just to see how that plays out. Okay, so yeah, we got above that. Let me. No. Okay. So that extension is. Let's go to the 4th. I mean, if this is what you're looking at on the daily, I would see it for we're on the 4th, we're on the 5th wave right now, getting us right above that 25,000 would be where we're looking at, possibly at around 25.3 and maybe even all the way up to 28 roughly, if that's what we're looking at. But that's kind of what I'm seeing for those wave counts, but I'd have to really look into it a little bit more. 5 down would be a corrective. So, well, the wave 4 would have a corrective ABC in there on a lower time frame, which it does. So, yeah, I mean, this plays out. So you've got your A B, and then your C right there on the fourth wave. So that fourth wave plays out. Yeah, okay. I totally see that. Hey, Ryan. Thank you for watching your video every time. I think you mean to say thank me for watching. Anyway, but yes, appreciate it. So yeah, I totally see that ABC right there, and we're on the fifth wave right now. So, and actually, okay, so if this is the case for Bitcoin, I like to actually do a percentage move from the bottom. So we did a percentage to wave 1. That's a 16% move. So from the bottom of wave 4 to, so, okay, we're almost there. 25.2 is probably right. 25.2, that's what you've got. I totally see that. And that is most likely going to be accurate, and we're already almost there. So definitely. I see it more on the daily than on the weekly that you were talking about. But yeah, 100% agree. Let's see here. Let me take one more drink. If you guys got any coins you want to look at, otherwise I'm going to go through a couple that I might be thinking about. Okay. All right. If you got anything, put it in there. I want to look at my trade. I'm in an APT trade right now. So I bought at this 236 here. So yeah, liking that. But I would like to see this get above the 0.5. Come on. So yeah, this is where my leverage is right now. Is bought at this 236, and I'm hoping this thing's going to go higher. That's an extremely bullish hold for Aptos. Aptos had this massive run, and then it came only down to the 236 for a retracement on the daily. RSI looks clean. The Cypher B here looks great. But if we can't get above that 618, I'm going to have to close this trade out. So, OGN. Origin. I don't know this. I've never heard of this one. Let's take a look anyway. Okay, so you're going up for your next test of the daily 200 EMA. I can tell you that just by a quick glance. Which is also a resistance line, it looks like. Yep. Does that go all the way to the top? Nope. So OGN, yeah, so it looks like this is going up to its, I don't know anything about this, but I mean, you can see that this thing is the RSI is forming some kind of a falling wedge right here of sorts. It's kind of a poor one, but it is forming it. I guess you can move it right there and move it down and then something like that. Breakout above that. But I mean, this thing's been just dancing on the top here on the daily for the Cypher B. I can imagine, I mean, you do get some nice volume coming in there for a move. It's tapering off a little bit, but I can imagine this is at minimum coming up to retest that 200. If you don't get above that 200 and this resistance line, this orange line here, if you don't get above 17.5 cents, just pay attention to a rejection. So probably want to get that above there. Orn, there's a token. I talked about that earlier. Were you here when I was talking about that? Or is that something that you're actually following? Because I don't know anybody that follows Orn, except for me. And it's pissing me off right now. So here, okay. If you're following this, let's take it all the way to the outside here. So Orn is, maybe I could draw that a little better. I don't know. Just kind of toying with this thing here. It's right at resistance, or it's just broken above resistance. You're welcome. The jizz. Weird saying that on the mic. Anyway, so I'm waiting for this thing to just pop here, man, for Orn. This project just, it's such a good project, and it just pisses me off so much Look at these high wicks here, man. Just everywhere on this fall. High wick, high wick, high wick. That's just telling, and no wick to the bottom. 0 wicks to the bottom. Just body candles. And, you know, you're starting to get a big pump. You get volume coming in. Everything's looking fantastic. And I swear these guys that run this project are just selling this thing, just pushing it down even further. And we're at some massive resistance right now here for Orin. You can see that right there. So I'll tell you what, we break above this line right here. If we can break above $1.03, I think this thing's going to shoot up to $1.71. So yeah, I use this project regularly to trade because I'm getting out of the centralized exchanges. And so if anybody else has got a better exchange than Orin and Ocean, Open Ocean, that's a decentralized exchange. If you know of one, let me know. I'll take a look. But Orion Protocol and Open Ocean are the ones that I'm using or looking. I'm using Orin. I'm looking into Open Ocean. But you know, we do have a head and shoulders pattern forming here. So yay for that. And that, I mean, where's that price target take us? I mean, this is going to be a kind of a dirty price target because there's just high wicks everywhere because they're dumping them on us. I swear. Takes us almost to the top here. I would say it's going to that fib here at $1.70, 73-ish. I got into a little argument with the marketing guy from Orion Protocol on Twitter. I don't get into arguments with anybody on Twitter. I usually don't even talk to anybody on Twitter. But I I don't know. All the centralized exchanges were going down in flames. And I messaged the guy and I'm like, hey, are you guys like dumping tokens on us or what, basically? And I said, you guys' project is solid. All the centralized exchanges are just burning up. Why are you guys not doing anything? Take advantage of the situation. And he's like, I can't do anything about it. I can't control the price. I'm like, you're the marketing guy. You know, take advantage of all the centralized exchanges dying and let everybody know about decentralized exchanges. So that's my rant on Orin. It's not about KYC. It's more about if you're onto KuCoin, you got to have your coins on KuCoin. So when you're using Orion Protocol or Open Ocean, you can have your coins anywhere. You can have them on your what do they do? Ledger. You do Trezor. You can do MetaMask. You can put your coins on your wallet and use them. So on KuCoin, you can't. It's there. Basically, they're holding your coins for you still. It's a centralized exchange. So that's why I'm kind of ranting about these guys on the decentralized exchanges for not taking advantage of the failures of all the centralized exchanges. Anyway, if Orion Protocol gets above $1.03, I'm going to assume it's going to move. Let's see. Yeah, I don't like to. The only time I KYC, I use Coinbase to cash out, and so I KYC there. Plus, Coinbase is. I mean, if Coinbase dies, I think crypto is going to be hurting. I mean, FTX went down, and it obviously did a lot. But I think if Coinbase dies, that's going to be the bigger one. I cannot see that happening. But that's what I use for my exit liquidity is Coinbase. What was another one we were looking at? We were looking at Track. We were looking at. Do we want to look at FET? FET looks like it's ready for its next move. Look at this. That's a pretty chart. Broke through, hit the 786, got rejected, came back down. I think I even talked about this in my last video that I expected FET to come down to the 618 or on the last live stream and then continue to move on to the upside. And right now you can see it's hitting this resistance right here along with previous support. But and also the weekly just looks, man, and of course this could go, so this could actually be the bearish divergence. This is what you want to pay attention to on the larger time frames is the weekly bearish divergence. So if this RSI cannot go above the 85 level on this next couple of weeks for the move. Then we're forming, and well, I guess the price would have to get above the 786 as well. But that's when FET's going to have a massive cool off on that bearish divergence if that plays out. Let's see. Oh, I want to look at Raven BTC. I didn't do that last live stream, and I meant to do that last live stream. Because Raven BTC is also another reason why I think that Raven's about to do something incredible. I mean, we're just in this wedge here. You can see that, this triangle, you can see that we had this breakout here, but this was the Ethereum merge, so that doesn't really matter. So we're right at the end here. So, I mean, we've got till the middle of April before, and then Raven's the same way. Raven coin, you know, I guess, what is that? My just random, not random, but my guess breakout time would be the beginning of April. So that's looking pretty good. There's any, I want to look at ICP as well, because I've been covering a lot of ICP, and actually while I'm on the larger time frame here, the weekly, I want to see where this thing came down to. So ICP is holding that 236 fib on the weekly time frame. That's pretty bullish. Go down to the daily. Let's move that right there. And so we came down just below the 382, broke back above it. We were in this bull flag, had this fake out to the downside from the FUD. And then I think I said that I'd like to see ICP get above this heart line of this flag again. I mean, and man, look at that. So we hit the heart line, got rejected again, finally broke above it, and now we've blasted out of this. And I mean, depends on where you put this price target for the. Let's see here. I mean, you can. I would say that this is the flag, really. You know, looking at like an $8.40 ICP sometime soon. No, ICP. I'm going to make a video here soon on where I think ICP is going. The next price target is the top of this wedge right here, which is sitting around $9, just above $9. So actually this flag, maybe it takes us all the way to that $9 price target and we get rejected there. But I think ICP, I'll do a video on it, on where I think it's going to go, price prediction, how much you need to be rich, all that other stuff. But I think this is a very solid project. I like what they're doing. Decentralized internet. I'm all about decentralization, so decentralized internet, pretty good. Let's see. Flushed liquidity. Yeah, so here we go. Bitcoin. I still think it can come back down to that 24,000 area. Looks like it's wanting to get there. And look at this. I'm on the 1 hour. I mean, Bitcoin went all the way up to 92 on the 1 hour. Man. So that'll come back down, reset. It could just go sideways for the price, but the RSI's got to come back down for sure. So let's see. Wait, how long have I been streaming for? Does it say? Going for 1 hour and 30 minutes. Oh, I'm right at that 1 hour and 30 minute mark. At the beginning of the video, I said I needed to cut these a little shorter. But if you guys got any coins you want to look at, pop them up in the chat there, and we'll take a peek and we'll just see. Otherwise, I'm going to look at a few more here, and we'll see what's going on. If you guys still want to stay in the chat, you guys still want to do this, we'll keep moving. But I'll keep on here. Oh yeah, there we go. Give me that bull flag. And a breakout too. So Crust is a coin that this is one of my big plays, I think, or hopefully one of my big plays for this cycle. And it just broke out of a resistance, or maybe it's right at the resistance. It depends on where you want to draw these. I'm going to call that a breakout. Boy, my chart keeps going wonky on me here. So I just replaced a lot of electrical in the house today. So my wife almost burnt our house down over Christmas time. So had to replace a lot of the electrical stuff because she wanted Christmas lights. So she put she plugged a whole bunch of stuff in and then plugged more stuff in on top of that and more stuff in on top of that. And when we unplugged it, it was all black. So yeah. So anyway, Crust came back down, retested this high right here, and it looks like it's going for its next move. So that's good. And I really am into this project, decentralized storage, very low market cap, circulating supply looks fantastic. I just feel like this is going to be a big player. Okay, what do we got here? I saw DGen. Let me look at what do you got here. Can we look at a completely DGen moonshot coin? Since I use KuCoin, CIX100. It's sold as an S&P crypto. Okay, I'll take a look at MDT here in a second, and then let's look at this. I like looking at DGen coins sometimes. Again, I can't tell you what to do. I don't know anything about this project, but it can be fun to look at this stuff. So I'm going to assume it's crypto index, CIX 100. What is this? Crypto index 100. Is this like a... what is this coin? Oh, well, that looks good. I mean, just on the 4 hour, it looks like it's about to make a move. It's coiling up here. You can see that clearly. I don't know. Let's put this down here, maybe. I don't like having that much space in between my triangle there, but we don't even need a triangle for this guy. You just need to look at the resistance line here. Let's not use the wicks. Let's go straight down to the body here. Even if you zoomed in a little closer, you can look at it this way. It looks like it's about to break out to the upside. The Cypher B on the 4 hour is just crossing over the 0 line. We're above the 50 line on the RSI, and we're holding the 55 EMA there. If I go to the daily really quick, because I want to see, well, maybe there. No, I think that's more like it. Yeah, I mean, holding that 236 right there and above the daily 200 EMA, and had plenty of chances to go below it. And every time it tries to go below that 200 EMA, you can see that it's just getting bought up with all these high wicks at the bottom. It's up to $10 at one point. What are we at right now? 3-4 cents. I mean, you'd have to look at them. If you're looking at where it was in the past, you got to look at circulating supply. You got to look at market cap. You got to look at all that stuff before you can even make an assumption of whether it can get back up to $10. But what I can tell you is this does look like it's going to go for continuation here. Possibly have some resistance right around the 7.5 cent area. Which is lining up with this EMA here and this resistance right, or previous support right here. And as you can see, resistance right here. So that's your next stop. That's an 80% move. It's so, yeah, you broke out of your trend, your downtrend. This thing did get up to, according to this chart, yep, about $10. Again, you got to look at circulating supply and all that other stuff for this. But I can tell you at minimum, I do think that this has a good chance to go up 80%. And I mean, probably to 13 to 14 cents too. I would say that that's fairly likely. I don't know anything about this coin, but just based off the chart, it looks like possibly could. MDT retrace. Yeah, that might have been it. Or are you talking about a retrace to the upside or to the downside? So let's see, for that W pattern. So here's that W pattern, or maybe even a triangle, if you want to call it. It does kind of look like it was a triangle. But I don't know. See, look, it tried to go up again. You had that wick there. So that since I looked at this just about an hour ago, you got this high wick here. This is just telling me, and look where we are on the RSI. I'm on the 1 hour. We're on the RSI. We're overbought at 80. We're really high up here on the Cypher B. I mean, sideways action for this one. I mean, there is still a chance it could go. The 4 hour has plenty of room. I personally, if I was to do anything with this, I would be looking at, my entry points. Maybe around the 6 cent. No, not the 6 cent. Maybe around the 593 area. Maybe even all the way back down to this heart line here. Which is around the 5.7 area. I just don't know that I'd be jumping in right here because that just to me seems like you're chasing a candle. I mean, you can see this big wick right here, and you can see last time it had a big wick like that. It fell down like that. So just be cautious on those moves right there. Let's see. Hour and 36. Okay, let me take one more sip here, and I'm going to go and look at some other coins. Oh, I see what you're saying, Brandon. An S&P for crypto. That's what I thought. Okay, that's what I was trying to get at for an index. Okay. Yeah, that would be a degen play for sure. But if you're looking to get a 1 to 200% move out of it, that is definitely possible, in my opinion. For somebody who knows nothing about it. See, Illuvium's one I'm really bullish on too. So, okay, I've been thinking about this, and I don't know, you guys tell me your thoughts. Last cycle, we had a lot of layer ones go big time. We had a lot of gaming tokens go big time. And me personally, I just cannot see there being so many layer ones. Everybody talks about how crypto's in like a .com kind of bubble, And what happened in the .com bubble is you had a lot of big name players crash and burn. These were all the main ones, and then you had just a little bit stick around. But what you did have is, so like, to me, that just seems like layer ones are like the bubble. And you've got Polkadot, which I guess they're layer 0, they say. But you've got Elrond or Multiverse X, whatever. You've got everything, man. There's so many of them. Atom, Maddox layer 2. Ethereum's obviously going to stay, but okay. So anyway, my thought is that maybe this cycle, the ones that I'm looking at personally are not layer ones, maybe layer 2s, but I'm looking at things that are on top of layer 2s and on top of layer 1s, like specific games, like in the gaming industry, or something like GMT, something like I've been putting money into, Crust Network. I just bought a bunch of Cyberpunk. What is this? Cyberpunk City. I got in well before this big move, and we're hitting my resistance level right here at the 1618. But I'm buying into like Cyberpunk City. Possibly, I did own some Optimism. Oh no, I still own some Optimism. H-bar is going to be a big one, but they're also a layer 1. ICP, that's like a decentralized internet. So my thought process for this cycle is things that are sitting on top of other layers, like that are actually like, I guess you can call them software. So like the internet is one thing, but then you've got like Twitter on top of the internet, on top of Amazon Web Services, I guess you could say. So like Amazon Web Service would be like a layer 1. Google, whatever the heck it is, cloud would be a layer 1. And then you've got other things on top of it. And those are the ones that I think, unless they've got some real specific use case, are the ones that are gonna make some big moves this cycle. So I don't know. That's my thought. I'm kind of moving some money around from. I had a bunch of eGold. I kind of moved a lot of that to different projects that I think are on top of eGold. So eGold is the layer 1, and then I'm moving to things that are on top of eGold, like Cyberpunk City and like. What else I got down here? ZPay. I think I've even got some Ride. QWatt is electric car stuff. I mean, look at this. I mean, this thing's just moving. Look at that. I mean, these are things on top of layer ones. They're making big moves right now. So anyway, you guys got some thoughts on that? That's what I'm kind of thinking. If I even explain that properly. But anyway, I don't think that the layer ones might have the big moves. I think it's going to be other things in this cycle that have the big moves. So let's see. Chili's is another one that good. It still held that 618 there. And I'm hoping Chili's is going to break out of this thing. Get to my price target here of $1 for Chili's. So, okay. Well, I mean, doesn't look like anybody's got any other coins that I can see. So maybe we're right at my just over an hour and 40 minutes right now for this, which I said I was going to cut these a little bit shorter. So this is an hour shorter than the last one I did. So if you got one, throw it in the chat really quick. Otherwise, I think I'm going to close this down. And yeah, this was good. I like doing these live streams. I think it's fun. And I like to continue doing these. But again, I think what I said in the beginning was I should probably do like a set time would be a lot better for these live streams. So that way people know when it's happening. Because right now my schedule is just so crazy that I just have like a 4-hour window to tell you, hey, I'm going live in about 4 hours possibly, if anybody's interested, or hey, I'm going to be live in 10 minutes. You know, other than just doing something like that, I'd like to do some kind of a set schedule, but I got to figure that out. My schedule is just crazy. So we'll have to see. That's why, again, it's almost midnight here where I'm at, 11:30. And so that's kind of the 10 o'clock is usually the best time I can get on, 10 p.m. my time. So if you got anything, otherwise I'm going to scroll down. It looks like things are kind of cooling off right now. Of course, at 3 a.m., that's when we're going to see some moves, I think, happen. So we'll see 3 a.m. my time. So we're looking at in about 3.5 hours is when we're going to get some moves. Yeah, Brandon. If I was at work, I'd be listening to stuff too. So, and yes, I mean, getting other people's perspectives on charts is always good. Not one person is going to be right 100% of the time, and so it's always interesting to hear other people's thoughts on the charts. And so, cool. Appreciate everybody stopping by and listening. Again, I'm going to give you one more chance. Any coins? Nope. Okay, then. We're going to just call it quits. And yeah, I appreciate everybody. Till next time. And talk to you later.